Hey everyone, and welcome. Have you ever stopped to think about the very first moments of life? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and take you on an incredible journey inside an IVF lab. It can feel like this big, high-tech mystery, right? Like, what is actually going on in there? Well, today we're going to open up that mystery box together and explore the amazing science behind the first few days of a new life. All right, let's start at the very beginning. The lab's magical beginning. We're heading right inside, where this whole amazing story starts with just a single cell that holds so much promise. So, what is an embryo really? Think of it as the very first chapter of a new life, the moment an egg and sperm unite. And in IVF, this incredible first step happens right here in the lab, kicking off a truly remarkable process of growth. And who are the expert guides on this journey? They're called embryologists. These folks are brilliant, dedicated scientists, and their entire job is to create the perfect, nurturing environment to give these embryos the best possible start in life. Okay, so once fertilization happens, what's next? Well, things start moving fast. Let's dive into an embryo's very first few days. It's a total whirlwind of change. I mean, that first week is an absolute sprint. On day 1, you've got the fertilized egg, which is called a zygote. Just 1 day later, it's already divided into 2 to 4 cells. By day 3, it's a little bundle of 6 to 8. This super fast division is called cleavage. And it's a fantastic sign that everything is on track for the big milestone around day 5, becoming a blastocyst. And those individual cells, they have a name, blastomeres. They're literally the very first building blocks of a new life. What embryologists are looking for is that these cells are nice and symmetrical, all about the same size. It's a beautiful early sign that development is happening just the way it should. Now for a major milestone, reaching the blastocyst stage. This is such a big deal, you guys. It's not just about the embryo getting bigger. It shows that it's strong, organized, and ready to take that next crucial step. And the transformation is just wow. On day 3, you have this simple little ball of about 8 cells that are all pretty similar. But fast forward just 2 or 3 days, and boom, it's a complex blastocyst with over 70 cells that have already started specializing. This advanced structure is exactly why blastocysts have a higher chance of implanting successfully. Inside that blastocyst, you've already got 2 incredible teams of cells at work. There's the inner cell mass, the ICM, which is the cluster that will actually grow into the fetus. And then you have the trophectoderm, the TE, which forms the outer layer that's going to become the placenta. Both parts are absolutely essential. Okay, so with all this incredible development going on, it brings up a really important question, right? How do scientists know which embryo has the best potential? How do they choose? They do it through a process of really careful grading. You can honestly think of it like reading an embryo's very first report card. It's a way to assess its quality and see how it's doing. So what's on this report card? Well, embryologists look at a few key things. Cell number. Is it dividing on time? Symmetry. Are those blastomeres nice and even? They also check for fragmentation, which is basically a little bit of cellular debris. Less of that is definitely better. And for a blastocyst, they carefully examine the quality of both the future baby and the future placenta parts. Okay, let's crack the code on a grade like 4AA. The number, which goes from 1 to 6, tells you how much it's grown and expanded. A 4 is great, it's nicely expanded. The first A grades the inner cell mass, the future baby, and A is excellent. The second A grades the trophectoderm, the future placenta. So a 4AA is basically a top of the class, really promising blastocyst. Of course, none of this incredible growth could happen without an equally incredible home. So let's take a peek inside the high-tech lab that makes this entire journey possible. The heart of the lab is the embryo incubator. And honestly, it's like a 5-star hotel for embryos. It provides everything. The temperature is a perfect 37 degrees Celsius, just like in the body. The atmosphere of CO2 and oxygen is fine-tuned to mimic the uterus, and it maintains perfect humidity, all in a safe, quiet, and undisturbed space for them to grow. And get this is so cool. Some of the most advanced incubators have built-in time-lapse cameras. This means embryologists can watch the embryos develop moment by moment, 24/7, without ever having to open the door and disturb that perfect little environment. It's like having a window into the first days of life. When you just step back and think about the whole process, from a single cell to a complex blastocyst full of potential, isn't it just amazing how much life can unfold in only a few days? It's such a beautiful mix of science and, well, a little bit of magic. And hey, before we go, it's really important for us to say that this entire discussion has been for informational purposes only. It is not medical advice. For any personal medical questions, you should always talk with your doctor. And if you'd like to learn more about the complete IVF process, a fantastic resource is the IVFforme.com portal. Thanks so much for joining us on this incredible journey today.